Arrested in August last year during a pro-democracy rally in the capital, Male. The Maldives have been ruled by President Maumoon Abdul Gayoom for more than 25 years. According to the president's critics, Mr. Nasheed is being tried for politically motivated reasons. The MDP wants President Gayoom to step down and call multi-party elections. Now, the government says it's introducing a reform program and multi-party elections will be held in 2008. Is that enough to satisfy the critics? With me to discuss this is Mariya, an MP for the Maldivian Democratic Party, representing the constituency of Male Atoll. Mariya, thanks so much for coming in. This trial that's about to start of Mr. Nasheed, why do you say it's politically motivated?
It's always been the case that when President Gayoom hears about dissent, he brings in such charges. This is not the first time, and it won't be the last as well. First of all, when Nasheed was taken into custody, he was told that he was being taken into protective custody. And then later the charges were told, and many a time the facts of the case has been changed, and still the trial continues. And there's only been two hearings.
So the goalposts keep being shifted? The charges he's facing keep being changed?
Yes, the charge itself, the sedition and terrorism charge remains the same, but the facts of the case changes several times. You know, the evidence they bring up also changes several times. So
I'd just like to put that point to the Maldives Foreign Minister, who's on the line now from Male, Mr. Ahmed Shahid. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Shahid. What do you say to that this trial of Mr. Nasheed is politically motivated? The charges keep changing.
There is no political advantage the government gains by charging Nasheed. In fact, we're giving him undue exposure by doing that. But when someone threatens to kill the president and tries to organize an insurrection to overthrow the government, surely we have to have the law determine the facts of the case. Now, the charges have remained the same, but we have been trying to gather as much facts as possible to demonstrate, beyond any doubt at all, that the government is right in suppressing the charges against Nasheed.
There has been only two hearings since the trial began in August, and with no valid reason the trial has been adjourned several times, and the prosecution the defense have had difficulty getting their defense case to them as well. There has not been proper disclosure as well, the fact that has been pointed out by the ICJ who are observing the trial.
Mariya, can I ask you this? You used to be the Maldives state prosecutor. What prompted you to join the opposition and switch sides?
The brutal murders of several prison inmates in September 2003, and the fact that President Gayoom, who has been there for 27 years, him being a person who he announced reforms in June 2004, but him being someone who's been from age 12 brought up and educated in Egypt, I couldn't believe that he can bring democracy and change and reforms as we would like it to be seen in our country.
Let me put that to Foreign Minister Shahid. You just heard from someone who used to be the state prosecutor about the brutality of the state, and also that the constant promises of democracy that President Gayoom makes are just incredible.
I think she is way off the mark. The murders were investigated and the persons were put on trial, and they had been convicted for the murder of an inmate. The reform program was announced last year. In fact, I think MDP ought to do a reality check. Now, the country's changed tremendously from what it was many years ago. It was
Mr. Shahid, we tried at the BBC to do a reality check, and this is what happened. Maldivian authorities sprayed a BBC journalist in the face with a pepper gun when he was trying to do some filming of, recently, of the pre-trial of Mr. Nasheed. What do you say to that?
Well, we are investigating the matter. That is very regretted. And as soon as we know who the person responsible for this, we will take action.
This is the case with the Maldives. This is the case with the Maldives. You know, even for the murder of the prison inmates, there has never been any public responsibility taken by any public authority. It's just been prosecutions of the persons involved. They always try to find someone, but without taking public responsibility for the actions of their employees. This is something that's so distinct, and I don't think, you know, the president, even in his first step of reform, he said he'll give freedom of assembly by May the 15th. and he brought it in by presidential decree number 1 that goes against democratic reforms, as I believe it to be, because it has to be from the people. And number 2, it's so restrictive, we have to take our diving gear and go dive underneath to protest. I'm sure the government will say Malé is small, but the population of Maldives is also small, 300,000 people. And whether...
Mariya, I want to give a final word to the Foreign Minister. Those are quite serious charges that you keep promising much and never deliver.
No, that's absolutely wrong, absolutely wrong. We promised a roadmap which is very transparent. The thing about assembly was, we said we will first introduce by decree, which we have done, and a bill is for Parliament to make it a legislative impact. In fact, we've made so many changes here, people don't even recognize the Maldives political system as it was before. We have multiple parties, we have a very free press, and we've got a very transparent roadmap which we're implementing with high degree of openness and international engagement. I think focusing on facts and polemics will help us more.
Foreign Minister Shahid and Mariya Didi, the gap clearly between the two very big. Thank you both for joining us on Asia Today.
Thank you.
This is Asia Today. Still to come, the rest of the Asian news, business and sport.
أنا قدونا